Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Chhoda and I have some surprising news in this video. Thousands of individuals, thousands of beneficiaries of unemployment benefits have actually been ordered by the state to repay back a portion of those unemployment benefits. It's surprising. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about three things. I'm going to talk to you about the trends and why beneficiaries nationwide are being asked to repay their unemployment benefits in some instances. I'm actually going to give you an analysis of a repayment order that one individual in Ohio received. And finally, I'm going to talk to you about what you should be aware about this going forward, why this happens, how you can prepare to make sure that you know what lies ahead. If you're not an existing subscriber yet, please consider clicking the subscribe button and please enable notifications. And also please click the like button because it does help out the YouTube algorithm. Recent news reports suggest that 24,000 individuals in Ohio, 35,000 individuals in Virginia, and over 46,000 individuals in Texas have been receiving orders to repay back some portion of their unemployment benefits. Now, there are four reasons why individuals are getting a repayment order to pay back a portion, in many cases a significant portion of their unemployment benefits. These four reasons are oversight, misunderstanding, fraud, or technical error. Now, what does oversight mean? Oversight simply means that they weren't paying attention, the state agency wasn't paying attention and just went ahead and processed the unemployment benefits request without properly analyzing all the data that you provided them. Now, remember, the state agencies are overwhelmed because they have software limitations, they have staffing limitations, and oversight, which means essentially them not paying attention and simply saying yes when you shouldn't have gotten unemployment benefits or should have had reduced unemployment benefits. That's reason number one. Reason number two is misunderstanding. You submitted the information correctly, but through no fault of your own, in other words, there was a misunderstanding or a mistake on the part of the state agency, you were given unemployment benefits, and that's when they come back to recapture. Number three is outright fraud. If some individuals provide wrong information about unemployment or provide information that is fraudulent, then that is an actual legitimate reason for a recapture, for a repayment order. And number four, a technical error. Let's say you submitted the correct information through the website or through other means of communication with the state agency. There was some error where either they didn't get the information or they misinterpreted the information, and then they ended up paying you more than you should have received. And to be honest, if there's a mistake on the part of the state, if there's a misunderstanding on their part, if there's a technical glitch, if there's oversight, I don't think that they should be recapturing the money, because for two reasons. Number one, it's not the fault of the individual getting the money. And number two, most importantly, individuals need these unemployment benefits, specifically the $600 a week federal booster. So I personally don't think they should be aggressive about recapturing, but this is indeed happening, and this is what I'm reporting to you in this video. In fact, on your screen right now, you'll see a chart from the Ohio Department of Jobs and Family Services. This is the total unemployment claims that have been filed and paid since March 15th. Now, I'm talking specifically about Ohio because the governor ordered all bars and restaurants to close on the 15th of March. Now, as of the last week of May, about half of the individuals who had placed claims, only half of them had received their first payment. In fact, if you take a look at this chart, the portion in blue is all of the individuals who filed claims. You can see a lot of individuals have actually filed claims. A portion in yellow are individuals who've actually been paid, and the portion in purple corresponds to the PUA payments, the additional payments. Now let's look at the portion in blue. As you can see, starting in April all the way through to May, the number of unemployment claims that were filed went all the way up to 1.3 million individuals. Almost 1.3 million individuals filed for unemployment in the state of Ohio. And the number of individuals who were paid, if you look at the graph, is significantly lower. In fact, as of the last week of May, only 644,000 individuals had actually received money. Now let's take a look at the PUA applications starting in May. And you can see that there were over 200,000 PUA applications. And the data here suggests that only 110,000 individuals had actually received payment for the PUA, the unemployment assistance. Now, here's additional data from the Ohio Department of Jobs and Family Services. Tens of thousands of individuals who should have been getting their unemployment benefits are actually running into all sorts of problems. You can see here that almost 50,000 individuals ran into some sort of a problem with the weekly claim. 24,000 individuals almost ran into a problem with overpayment. They were paid more and therefore there had to be some element of recapture. 16,000 individuals haven't filed any claims, and 3,500 individuals have a penalty week as punishment for falsely claiming a week. So individuals are running into all sorts of problems. And now remember, this is data from the state of Ohio, so there will be specific data like this that exists for your state as well. And this is affecting the lives of day-to-day individuals who depend on these unemployment benefits. In fact, News Station 5 in Ohio featured Marnie Behan, a waitress from Buffalo Wild Wings. She was ordered to pay back close to $3,000 in unemployment benefits. Let's take a look at what she had to say.
I pretty much started crying because I had been spending all of my savings, well, not all of it, but most of it, just to keep myself afloat.
Yesterday, we told you about Marnie Behan. Instead of much needed help, the Buffalo Wild Wings waitress received this in order to pay back her unemployment benefits. So far, close to 24,000 unemployed Ohioans have received the same message. State officials admit they're to blame for errors that led to overpayments, but it's laid-off workers who must pay the price. Today, Jobs and Family Services Director Kimberly Hall told us a federal rule requires recipients to pay back the money regardless of who made the mistake.
Now, an article on Cincinnati.com shared a copy of the order that this individual received, and it's quite surprising when you read it. I mean, it almost feels like a summons from court. So this is what she got, and it said, the claimant has been overpaid benefits to which he or she was not entitled for reasons determined to be non-fraud, denied. The Ohio Department of Job and Family Services has disallowed the claimant's application for unemployment compensation benefits dated the 12th of April. The claimant did not have at least 20 qualifying weeks of employment that was subject to an unemployment compensation law, or did not earn an average weekly wage, and then it goes into all the additional details about why these unemployment benefits need to be recaptured. This is basically a repayment order that this individual received. And now this is the part that really hurts. The claimant has been overpaid benefits to which he or she was not entitled for reasons determined to be non-fraud, denied. In other words, they are saying that this individual, didn't submit wrong information, but still the individual has to pay back money. And it says the amount is almost $3,000. And you can see on your screen where this notice, this order identifies the weeks where this individual was supposedly overpaid. And as you can see, 18th of April, $737 overpayment. A similar overpayment on the 25th of April, the 2nd of May, and the 9th of May. It's just unbelievable. And as if that wasn't enough, this repayment order includes specific repayment instructions. In order to repay, it says the claimant is required to immediately repay the overpaid benefits and any mandatory penalty identified above. He or she should mail a check, and it gives the individual the mailing address, and it also says you can pay by credit card. And it also says any outstanding benefit balance will be recovered by the withholding of any future benefits to which the claimant becomes entitled. So they will actually recapture money from future benefits if they are not paid. Outstanding penalties and interest are not subject to future benefit withholding, but will be referred to the Ohio Attorney General's office for collection if payments are not made in accordance with this notice. Balances are immediately due upon receipt. So you can see that state unemployment agencies that are basically strapped for cash are sending out these notices when they detect that they have paid unemployment benefits that were not supposed to be paid. Now, if you're receiving unemployment benefits, you need to make sure that you've provided the state with accurate information, and also get in touch with the state agency to make sure that they have processed your claim correctly, or they are about to process your claim correctly. Because if there is a mistake at their end, they'll simply try to recapture the money based on what happened to this individual and based on this news reporting. I don't want this to happen to any of my subscribers. I don't want anyone to be subjected to some sort of a recapture or a repayment order. Speaking of repayment order, the repayment order towards the end says, in addition to the overpayment of benefits and penalty, the claimant may also be subject to the following actions through the Ohio Attorney General's office if full repayment is not made within 45 days of the notice. I mean, this feels like a collection letter. It says the state or federal income tax withholding may happen, and the Ohio Attorney General's collection costs and possible court costs may be something that the individual is subjected to. I mean, it's surprising. It blows my mind reading a repayment order like that. Like I said, it feels like a collection notice. It almost feels like a court summons, and no one should be on the other side of this repayment order. Now, as a subscriber, my recommendation to you would be to, number one, if you're collecting unemployment, save as much money as you can, because you're going to be subjected to taxes at some point in the future. And I have done another training video on unemployment tax, so you definitely want to check that out in the unemployment benefits crash course. You could be subjected to some form of withholding. It's always better to have a good and safe cash buffer, a financial buffer, if you will, so that you're prepared for any eventuality. We live in uncertain times, and the best way you can prepare for this uncertain time and what could potentially be an uncertain future, especially if the unemployment benefits are not extended beyond the end of July, what you need to do to prepare for an uncertain future is to have some cash savings, so that can give you the cushion, the flexibility, the peace of mind to be able to get through tough times if they come. Thank you so much for watching. If you learned something new in this video, please consider clicking the like button. Please also subscribe to my channel and enable notifications so you get an instant update when I release the next training video. I release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week, and I look forward to engaging with my community, which is growing very, very rapidly. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching. Again, please click like, please click subscribe, and please enable notifications so I can stay in touch with you. I look forward to seeing you in the next training video, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.